Hey everybody, it's your boy Eric. And if you're like me, you're probably working in the terminal a lot, working on your various projects, and just typing in the same commands over and over again every single day. So, as an example, whenever I'm working on a project, I'll add a new git commit by going git add everything, and then git commit, some commit. Yeah, type that all out. Then finally, you git push it up to the repository, and that's just a lot of typing that you have to do in your terminal every single day. You're just typing out the same thing again and again. So I was thinking, wouldn't it be nice if there was like a shorthand for that? Like instead of doing all that work, you could just type GAC and git add commit at the same time. So initial commit, do all that, and then after that maybe GP and just push it up, and that automatically push it up for you. And it would just be nice to have these shorthands, I was thinking. Well, you can do that with aliases. And so let me just go through and show you a few of my aliases that I have right here. I'll show you how to add your own in a bit. But I have all these for Git, all these for NPM, all these for Yarn. So just like various things that you'll be using with web development every single day. And not all these are that much trouble to type out. Like git push, it's not like a huge hassle to type out git push every single time. But keep in mind that you're going to be doing this like thousands of times. Like I've probably typed this couple thousand times throughout my entire life. And yeah, it would just be nice to shorten it. So let me show you how to get to your config file. So the shell I'm using is called Zshell, and if you're not 100% sure what shell you're using, you can echo $shell into your terminal, and it says I'm using Zshell right there. You might be using bash. So if you're using bash, you want to edit .bashrc inside your home directory. If you're using Zshell, it's going to be .zshrc. And so let me just go and edit that with VS Code. So I'm going to open up my zshrc inside my home directory. And it might be empty for you. It might already have a few things in it. But basically you can create an alias just by typing alias and then the name of the alias equals quotation mark and alias. It's as simple as that. So you can add a few of these. And the best ones are the ones that are a little bit long, that you're going to be typing a lot, that you don't want to have to remember and type it out every single time. And also some commands that might be a little bit hard to remember. So for example, if I'm unzipping a tar file, then I'm going to have to type in tar one top level -xzf just to unzip it. And I don't know. I mean, I've memorized it, but it's just a lot of work to type it out every single time I download a tar file. And, it's not a lot of fun. So instead I can just change it to TA and make my life a lot easier. So this is just what I have here. You can add whatever you want. But when you're done adding all of these, you just want to save it, close out of it, and then you may have to reload you're going to have to reload your shell to make it work. So I'm going to run ZSH again. Again, if you're using bash or something else, you write bash. So I'm going to do ZSH. I mean, alternatively, you can just open up a new terminal and it'll reload it. But then all of your new aliases are going to be in there. And if you want to check which aliases are currently available, you can type alias and you'll get all of these. So this is everything I added from my ZSHRC file, and a few other ones that just came with a few Zshell plugins. So a few of these I didn't add, but they're here anyway. So let me clear that out. And so basically what I can do is I can make a new directory. So normally you'd be typing make dir, which it's a little bit long, md new folder, and I got that. So that already made my life a little bit easier. So let me just cd into there. Let me touch like readme.md. So I'm just creating a new readme file. Touch another file .javascript. So just a couple of files. And I want to GAC. I want to git, add, and commit. Initial commit. So what that is doing, that's the equivalent of typing git, add, dot, and git, commit, am. You know, that's kind of long to remember, so GAC is easier. Initial commit. Oh, I did forget to initialize the Git repository, which I have alias to GI. So that's another thing that's a little bit easier. Let me GAC that, initial commit, and yeah, it's as simple as that. So just doing that makes your life a lot easier. You'll probably be doing that thousands of times over the next year, so it's just useful to have. And it just makes working inside the shell a little bit easier. Like, whenever I was first learning the command line and terminals and everything, like I was a little bit intimidated because I'm like, oh, this is kind of scary. I'm used to like clicking around things. So normally, let me change this readme. Normally what I do in order to make a git commit is I'd be in Visual Studio Code. I'd click over to this source control tab, enter a message here, new commit, then I commit that, and then I'd go up to here, where is it? Push. And so that's all the work it takes to do it with a graphical interface. But for me, it's a lot easier now just to go in here and just GAC it and just GP git push. It's just like 5 letters in total that I have to type out instead of like clicking around the screen. So it makes my life a lot easier, and I'm hoping it makes your life a lot easier too. So if you found some kind of use out of that, then leave the video a like, subscribe, or something. I'd appreciate it. That would be nice of you. But I'll see you guys next time, and hopefully that helped you out a little bit. Bye.